Good morning, Coach Gina here. I am so happy to have you guys with us this morning. I see Sarah is on and feeling better, which is fantastic. And I see Norma is watching. So happy to have you. Um, it's going to be a great day. There is no doubt about it. And this is day 3 of our series, our masterclass for the month of October. And it is From Procrastination to Desired Destination. So I am going to get us started, and today, while you'll be taking notes in some of it, I'm excited about what we're going to do before it's over. So be ready for that. So let's get started. And here we go. I have to find the right layout. There we go. Perfect. All right. Well, I do want to point out that this is our holiday edition. And what that means is that I did a really goofy attempt at trying to bring in the holidays for this 90-day period that we're in, because guess what? In the United States, for sure, the holidays during this time of year are a crazy time period. And we can get so caught up in the holidays that we forget about the things that tend to matter to us, which is our goals. And I don't want you to push the pause button for the holidays. I want you to incorporate the holidays into your goal setting so that it's not something that you can do this or that, but it's something that you can combine into your planning so that you are giving yourself enough time, that you're not procrastinating and only able to do those emergency type things at the last moment. Instead, I want you to step boldly into who you're meant to be in spite of the holidays, right? And not just in spite, but to enjoy the holidays for what they're meant to be without this heaviness hanging over you. So, super excited. I see Diana's watching as well. So happy to have you. Let's get started. What we have been covering, day 1 was about goal crafting and letting the magic happen. We used it was kind of a goofy Halloween theme, but we talked about our fears. We talked about how we get all wrapped up in the stuff that doesn't matter, and that because it's easy to focus there, right? But instead, we want to pretend like we have our magic wand and we can just put that over the entire situation that we're in and dream big about what's possible. Because as you're going to learn today for sure, allowing the dreams to lead you, it's like a light in the distance, and you want to be drawn to that light. If instead we get stuck in the depression and the hopelessness and the belief that we just can't or aren't meant to have our dreams, that isn't the kind of energy that's going to get you anywhere. And so we want to instead do what we did on the second day, which is be realistic, but also focus on the gratitude for where we are today and what we have, and to be thankful that we're at a place right now where we are having the awareness and we're putting ourselves forward and planning something different. And that's what's going to bring us to today, which is the gift of kissing procrastination goodbye. And I hope we're going to have fun with this and enjoy the Christmas theme of the day. So, procrastination, we've talked about it for 2 days now. It is affecting us. It's affecting our relationships, where we want everything to be perfect. So we put off making that call because we don't have enough time, or we put off putting a day aside, a date night, scheduling things because we're going to get around to it, but we don't. Or we want to get a better job because the one that we like isn't right. But then there's all these factors, right? Well, it's the holidays, so you don't want to quit your job when you know that there's things going on that are going to be taking a lot of your attention. We put off even making a plan because, it's hard to make the plans. Or we might have pain, we might have health issues. And because of that, we're going to wait until to get started. Maybe it's the household and the cleaning or those things we've identified that we really don't like to do. And so we put them off because we don't see a better solution. We don't recognize that the short-term gratification of maybe sitting in front of the TV or reading a book is going to keep us from the other things that really matter to us in the long run. And then anything involving money, right? We might have trauma associated with it or issues, things from our past that when we start talking about paying our bills or putting away for retirement or um, just putting on our big girl panties and doing things that feel scary, we procrastinate. So the awareness of your pattern, which we talked about on day one, is so important because procrastination affects all the areas of your life. And even though it might be that you're not wanting to do your laundry, that habit starts to spill over into the other areas of your life where it's easy to put it aside, or I'll do it later, or it's not so bad to just have the laundry basket to pile through. And then you start realizing that your life is just kind of a big laundry basket, right? So we don't want that. We don't want to stuff our things that we need to do away in the hopes that later on there's going to be a magic day that we get everything done on. And this, of course, involves our businesses as well. We want to have our businesses. We believe that we can make this extra income, but we don't take the steps to do it because it's never the right time. So if any of that is resonating with you, I hear you, I feel you. I'm sorry that that's where you're at. And there are ways that we can work together to make that not be so heavy and hard on you. I see that Teresa is watching, and Nicola, so good to see you again. Laura, happy to have you. Even if you have missed the previous episodes, it's okay. Today is a new day. This is a great day to get started. The replays are available. All you need to do is register, and I've got the details for you at the end here, and you'll be able to get on and get into the information that you need to get started. So let's travel past the pain of procrastination. And remember, she's holding her head. We tend to, when we're procrastinating, be in our head. And if you learn nothing else from the material that we've gone through over this time period, is logically, we will not solve procrastination. We have to get into our heart and have a different way of looking at what is holding us back. And so we want to let go of the past and embrace the future. Where we go from this point forward is what matters. So even if you have let things pile up, you have had so many things that you have missed out on, you're disappointed in yourself, you need to forgive yourself. That stepping into the forgiveness of, okay, so that was my truth before, but it doesn't have to be what defines me going forward, will help you so much. And we need to learn to have a more flexible attitude about our procrastination. Some of us use procrastination as an opportunity to beat ourselves up, and we need that not to be our story, okay? If instead, it's okay to think, I need to get this done, but I have to do this first. But it's not the only solution. And so that flexible attitude is when you look at a situation, you're like, I would like to have everything, all my ducks in a row before I get started, but it isn't necessarily a requirement. And when you start to give yourself grace in the, I would love to do everything perfect the first time I do it, but it isn't a requirement for me to get started. And I can just recognize that I'm not perfect and I might fail. But that flexible attitude allows you to say, even though I might fail at this, I'm still going to give it a try. And then, of course, the other part to all of this is to be authentically you. Okay. And this is where this comes into play, is those items on our to-do list that we actually don't want to do. And we call it procrastination, but we actually recognize that we don't want to do them. And so they're on our list, they stay on our list, they cause us to be in stress, but actually we might have taken on a task that we never actually intended to do. So when you're more authentic in who you are, what you stand for, and what you're willing to do, what you want to do, your goal is clear, then you can say, no, I don't want to take on this task, or your emergency is not my emergency, or I recognize the priority or the urgency in this request, and I will get to it after I do the thing that's important to me. Self-care, right? Remember how when you're right on the airplanes, they tell you that put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you attend to your children? That is a life skill that we need to really, truly understand, because life will come at you with all kinds of things that seem like priorities. But if you aren't making yourself the priority, and your dreams and your goals are part of who you are, your purpose in life, if you're not attentive to that, you can't meet everybody else's goals. You can't do the things that you need to do for everybody else. So let it go, as the famous song we've all heard before says, and step into who you want to be and see how life treats you from that place. Even if you start out and it's just a small step, a small gesture, a small bringing out of who you want to be. And try it on for size and see what happens. All right. I see so many of you on. I'm so happy to have you. So what we've done so far is we have learned about our procrastination pattern. We've gained awareness that procrastination is happening in our life, and some of the reasons why we think why procrastination is affecting us. And again, if you haven't seen the replays or the days 1 and 2, the replays are available. They'll be up until next weekend, so you have plenty of time to watch them. And you've renewed your dreams. You've waved that magic wand. You've set some goals for what you want to do this month. And yesterday was a total focus on a Tony Robbins program that is really beneficial called RPM. It's where you take your to-do list and put it to the side, and instead you get emotionally associated with the goals that matter to you. And what you do is you get more clarity on why the goal is important to you. And then you decide what you need to do to make that result happen in your life, that outcome, that desired destination that you are working towards. So what more do you still need? What is the sweet spot that we are looking for? Don't forget to put in the comments if you've got some ideas about what you still need, because I will, this program that we do is done monthly. The focus is procrastination, because I recognize a lot of us are procrastinating on the things we were meant to do. Otherwise, we would already have them. So if you are delaying in any way, taking the steps for moving forward, this forum, this area is a chance for me to get to know better how I can serve you, how I can offer things in the community that will be better for you. So don't forget to put in the comments or reach out to me directly. These are the things I'm going through so that I can help build some programs for us and recommend tools and resources that I know will be beneficial. All right. So before we go on any voyage, the solution to our problems is that we need to address where are we currently. So clarity on what you want in your life. Do you have that? On a scale from 1 to 5, where is your clarity on the dreams? Is it a 1, you still need some clarity, or is it a 5, you are strong in what you want to do and how you're going to do it? Stronger on the what, the vision, than on the how. And then you have the awareness, those obstacles, the mindset, the issues that you need to overcome. You have a map in a wording, in a sense. You have that map that you know what is happening. Okay, how you're going to get around the obstacles, how you're going to overcome what's happening to you. And you have honesty regarding where you are currently. You have a way to measure that this is where I am, so that we can track where you are next, right? So where are you in that measurement of where you currently are on a scale from 1 to 5? And then you have defined steps on how you're going to make that progress. You have a plan. Where are you in that? What about a reliable accounting system? What is the process that you use to keep yourself on track? And do you have a way to have fun? to celebrate milestones and do things that reward you for the effort you're putting forward to work on your dreams. Part of the reason I have all this little holiday theme on here is why not make it fun to talk about goals? I put it on as almost a challenge to myself. Like, could I weave in some metaphors and thoughts about the holidays to keep it front and center, right? Because I love the holiday period and I want to enjoy it to the fullest. And I know that if instead I am totally focused on the things that I need to do and the holidays, one of them is going to fall to the wayside and I won't get to enjoy the holiday or I won't get to meet my goals. And I don't want that to be a if and situation. I want it to be something that we can do together to integrate parts of my life so that I can enjoy it. And I know that you guys can have that as well. All right. Thanks, Stacy. I'm happy that you are here as well. We just saw that slide. All right. So we are going to do a short visualization. And for those of you that are in VIP, the workbook activity has a place for you to journal and get your thoughts into this. But those of you that don't have the workbook, just on a piece of paper at the end of this, I'm going to give you a little bit of time because, like I said, procrastination is in our head and we want to come into our heart. So if you'll work with me for just a few minutes, we're going to close our eyes and we are going to wipe out all of the thoughts that we have of what we're procrastinated on in our past. We're going to clean the slate and we are going to look out in our vision of, think of the white snow. Think of you're in a place, let's be in a snow globe. Okay. So we are in this beautiful snow globe and all around us is this beautiful white snow circulating and calming us down. And we're taking some big, deep breaths and we're just taking in all of the wonder, right, of this winter wonderland of beauty. Big, deep breath in. And as you breathe in, you're thinking about all the things that are good in your life. And as you breathe out, you're thinking and releasing about all the things that just don't matter in the scheme of the life. And so as you go into that place of calmness and joy, I want you to think of a really good memory you have about a time in your life when you were on target, when all the things worked out. We all have that time period, that time that we felt so good, so joyful, so alive. And I don't know what you did to get into that moment, what you did with the circumstances of it, but I want you to take the energy, the feel goodness of that moment. And I want you to use that to energize your body. I want you to feel it from the heart radiating into all the parts of your body, just all the way down into your fingertips, into your toes. Just this good, good feeling of what you're capable of. We've all had good, good moments in our life. And we want to remember these. It might be that special moment you had with a loved one where you were laughing and joyful and connected to them in a way that just felt so good. Maybe you were involved in a situation that made you just know there was so much love in your heart. You were certain that everything was going to be okay. Whatever that energy is, just bring in those moments of pure love. When you felt support and encouragement. And I want you to think about all the things that you would like to do in your life. And I want you to love on yourself. See yourself kind of standing in front of you. Watch a picture of yourself as you've gone through life and held back or not done the things that you know that you wanted to do. And as you see the stress, the cost that that procrastination has had on the image in front of you running through your life. I want you to feel compassion and love and just kind of shine your love like a beacon out of your heart into the scenes that you've experienced in your own life, the things you've done that you've regretted, the stress that you've created, the overwhelm. And instead replace it with the belief that anything is possible from this moment, that instead you can overcome procrastination with habits that replace the old patterns and instead bring in the good that's going to work for you moving forward. And in fact, as you are looking at this version of you in the future, I want you to be holding a gift in your hands. It can be any size, any shape, a box with a beautiful bow on it, because you want to get into this season that you're experiencing right now. And I want you to gift yourself this box. And as you watch yourself get excited about you caring so much about giving them this gift, and I want you in the picture, the movie that you're watching of yourself, I want you to appreciate the gift and then carefully unwrap it. And as you look into the box that you've given yourself, there is a gift in there for you. What is that gift? I want you to look inside there. You might have to, you might not be visual. If you're not visual, reach inside, kind of feel around. What is this gift? What is it that you are giving yourself that is going to empower you in this moment, in all the moments going forward? When you start to recognize the procrastination pattern, instead you are going to remember this gift that is giving you the power to overcome the procrastination. So I want you to take that gift, no matter what size it is or shape or whatever, it's coming out of the box, and I want you to hold it to your heart. And I want you, as crazy as this sounds, you're watching the movie of you receiving the gift that you gave to yourself. And I want you to step in. I want you to merge in. You are now in that movie. You are part of the gift giver, the receiver. You're all in one. This is a power move for you because I want you to recognize that you can give yourself the gift moving forward of everything that you want in your life. And this little gift is not the only gift you get. You can give yourself gifts moving forward from this point anytime you want it. You can reach into your heart and you can receive a gift that's going to help you to overcome whatever obstacle, whatever emotions, whatever scenario you're in. You have always had that gift within you. That gift to take care of yourself, to put yourself on the right path. You know, we have that North Star that is there for us. And that is our values, our character, the person that we're meant to be, our purpose. And as you follow boldly that North Star, you are going to have the results that you want in your life. And so I want you to breathe in deeply, all the good, all the love, all of the benefits that you're receiving from this session and the gifts that you are giving yourself. And carry that with you today, later today, tomorrow, on into the week, on into every moment of this holiday. Give yourself the gift moving forward to have and be all that you're meant to be. And now slowly open your eyes and start to come back into the room that you're in. Hopefully you are feeling lighter, You are feeling more connected to yourself, and you are ready to see the gift that has been inside of you all along. And it is enough. Everything that you have is within you. And this is the perfect time for you to take out that workbook or that piece of paper and just journal some of the stuff that came up. Remember awareness, any memories you had, any thoughts you had about your procrastination. Go ahead and write that down and focus on the gift. What is that gift that you have been given, that you are receiving from yourself, that you are going to carry into the rest of your life? And if you have any insights and you want to put them into the comments, I would love to hear how that visualization worked for you, what gift you received. All right. So moving forward, what is the solution, right? You may feel like you're alone navigating through treacherous waters moving forward, but it doesn't have to be that way. And so the solution in our community is that we focus on our desired destination. We look forward and not so much into the past. We use the past as an example of what works and what doesn't work. And we use the new lessons that we have to move us forward. And we tie as much as possible the pleasure of where we want to go and what we're going to gain to where we are right now so that we can move forward into the life that we're meant to have. And so what are you willing to do to have that forward experience, that movement that allows you to have the life of your dreams? You want to get in touch with that, because procrastination is because you don't want to do something. So why not set yourself up with a life that is focused on the things you do want to do? Take that little small shift in your thinking and start doing the things that light you up, even though you have the things that are going to take some work. But as you do that, you will have a totally different experience. And I see Vanessa has joined us, and you haven't missed anything, Vanessa. You will be able to go back on the replays and get to where you want to go. But what you don't want to miss is the feeling that you get when you have accomplished the things that you are trying to do. I call them mountaintop moments. And this is a picture from this summer when my husband and I went to Canada, and we had, this is actually Washington State before we crossed the border. I got to physically go and stand on top of the mountain and do my victory movement, because those are the things that I'm looking for, is that times when I can celebrate the personal growth that I've had, the self-confidence that I've gained, the joy that comes from setting out to do the things that you want to do, as well as, because of this community, I get to have meaningful conversations with so many of you, where I get to find out what's going on in your life, and I get to take my skills and support you. And from that, we are all getting lessons that are beneficial and meaningful to each of us. And so I want you to have those mountaintop moments. I want you to be able to celebrate. And Anna, I'm so happy you're joining us. You are here right at the right moment. The replays are available. I will bundle them all up and make sure that they are available for those of you that have missed them. Don't worry. And the question I want you to be asking yourself from this really good connected state is, what's going to be different a year from now in your life? If a year from now you get to have a stage and someone calls you up and they say, we would like to award you this gift for what you have done this year. What are you going to receive the award for? What could you be working on that allows you to benefit in that way? I really want that 1 year focus because I think that that's what draws us to it. We're in the month of October, and right now we're going to have a goal that takes us through the month of October. But that goal for this month is based on the goal you have for a year from now, for 3 years from now, for 5 years from now, for 10 years, for 20 years. You want to be projecting and moving in the direction of what matters to you. All right, you guys. So my solution, my offer to you is that we work together for 90 days, the next 90 days. This voyage is an anchor to keep you on track so that you don't go off course. You don't go into the Netherlands of the holidays and forget to make traction and keep working on the things that matter. And so, as you know, we do the monthly masterclasses. We're going to have, this is the end of the one for October. There's also the one in November. And then in December, we're doing end of the year work, but it's going to be at the beginning of the month as well. We have weekend workshops where we focus on the deep stuff. So this is the education part, our masterclass. But if you're in the VIP, you can do the weekend workshops. You can still get into the VIP, by the way. Don't feel like you can't, you've missed it. It's $27 to work on the weekend deep dive. And I will pull each of you out individually and do some work with you so that you are having that hot seat based on your exact issue. All right. And then we have office hours. So during the weeks 2 and 4 of the month, you can meet with me, check in, tell me what's happening, and we get to hold you accountable, as well as the third week. So in the third week of the month, you can check in and know that we are able to work together, find out how it's going. I do that at the third week of the month because if you're working on your goals for the month, you don't want to wait till the last week of the month to decide that I haven't completed it or there's something in the way. And so that gives you a full week to refocus and decide what you're still going to get done if you have let things slide. And that's the point. Like if no one's working with you, your goals just naturally get put off and put off and put off. But if someone is holding you accountable, then you start to recognize that, I don't need to be waiting on this. I need to get started on it right away. And this is all based on the 90-day planning session. So you will have a 90-day planning session at the end of December to set you up for the next 90 days. And then you will have access to the one that we just finished for 90 days. So you'll have the course that can lead you through the 90-day planning. We're also going to celebrate our success in a summit where you're going to get prizes and gifts and all kinds of fun stuff. We're going to do that before it gets too crazy for the holiday. And then there's the end of the year planning where we will make sure that your New Year's resolutions, we don't even like to go there, their New Year plan is going to be in effect. And then all of this is leading to an event that I'm having in September of 2024 where I will be finding out how people have done over this 1 year. So a year from now, you might very well be called up on my stage and get to tell me how you did working on your goals this year. What worked and maybe what didn't. But we're going to celebrate you and the voyage, the journey that you're on. And all I'm doing is saying, hey, if you want to do it as a community together, let's do it. And this holiday special, for just the 3 months of working together, it's only $197, and you can do that at $66 a month. Or if you want to pay in full for the 3 months of the year, because you're on the nice list, you can pay in full $97. Don't forget that half of this gets paid back to you in prizes and gifts at the celebrations that we do. So that's a way to reward you for working on yourself and moving forward in the way that you want to be working forward, because all of this is about you and your progress. So if that is of interest to you, you can go to the Champions Voyage 90 and get the information. It's got all the dates. It's got all the things you want on there. And also you have the weekend workshop, which is not going to be this Saturday. It's going to be the 14th, because this is a holiday weekend and I'm going out of town, I'm spending the weekend with my best friend from 6th grade. We have kept in touch ever since she moved away. She lived in my hometown in 6th grade. So we had 6th grade together, and then her dad got moved to St. Louis. And our paths have crossed, and we've kept up with Christmas cards and birthday cards all of our life. And we both had our families and time. And this weekend, we are having our first girls with our husbands away vacation in Branson, Missouri. So we are going to drive up there, meet halfway, and enjoy some time together. So I'm looking forward to that. But next weekend, I will be on task and we will be doing our weekend workshop. So you guys have some time to watch the replays. If you jump into the VIP, it's the $27 and you get the weekend workshop. And those of you that buy the 90 days, this is all included. You get the VIP from this point going forward. So it is a steal. This is because I want you in more than anything else. So I hope that this information will be beneficial. If you need me, if you want to have the information sent to you, just put hashtag 90 days in the comments, and I will be able to work with you from that. So you don't have to follow the links if it's too complicated or inaccessible. The computer stuff is not my fave, you guys. I like helping you, and that's what I'm here for. So I do have a favor to ask, though. If this was beneficial to you, could you please put in the comments your takeaways from today's session, what you thought of the visualization, the gifts, anything that you got out of this. I would love to have your support in the comments. What you do in the comments will allow other people to hear more and be able to see the replay. So please put your comments in there. Nicola, thank you so much about my weekend, having a fabulous time. I am going to. You guys are so sweet. You guys are so sweet. So Anna is saying that she is definitely going to watch the replays. And then peace and calmness. Wonderful. And like I said, I can't tell who it is on certain things. And it's funny because this one, it's saying Facebook, but it must be on my main page. So I'm not able to see who this is from, but love goes out to you guys anyway. And you know what I didn't say? The last thing what I was going to say about kissing procrastination goodbye is, remember when we're in that holiday time period in the United States, we have a thing that we call the mistletoe. And it's the mistletoe plant, and we will hang it in an opportune place. And then when someone we love is underneath it, we like to get under it with them and kiss them. So kiss under the mistletoe, right? But that made me think about is we do that because the opportunity exists. And the point of this is we need to give ourselves the opportunities that we're looking for. Something so much better. I'd love to see you be a part of the 90-day progress. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to help you. And I hope everybody has a really great rest of the week. And hopefully I will see you soon. All right. Take care, you guys.